Hi, thank you for joining me today. This is from the prophet Joel. Rend your hearts, not your garments, and return to the Lord your God. For gracious and merciful is he, slow to anger, rich in kindness, and relenting in punishment. This is all part of the beautiful first reading that we hear every year on Ash Wednesday from the prophet Joel. Rend your hearts, not your garments. Well, what does that mean? Well, in Jewish piety, to tear your clothes is an expression of grief when someone dies or when something else is really upsetting. If you remember from Fiddler on the Roof, Tevye, when he gets so upset with his third daughter, Chava, he says no, and he tears his clothes, meaning that she is dead to him. And Jesus, before the high priest asks him, "Are you the Son of the living God?" He says, "I am." And the high priest tore his garments. So to tear one's garment was a sign of sorrow. It was a sign of grief. But Joel, or God, through the prophet Joel, says, rend your hearts, not your garments. Tear open your hearts, not your garments. That the inside is what's really more important, those matters of the heart. And those outward expressions are meant to be outward expressions of inner realities. Rend your hearts, not your garments, which is simply another way of saying, open your heart. And when you say to someone, open your heart, really what you're saying in one sense is, love me. Love me. Rend your hearts, not your garments, and return to the Lord your God. Rend your hearts, as if God is saying, open your hearts to me, as if God is saying, love me. Love me. Throughout this Lenten season, through our works of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, and any other practices that we might undertake, may these all serve to open our hearts. May it open our hearts to God's love, and may we be able to share that love with all whom we meet. Rend your hearts, not your garments, and return to the Lord your God. A blessed Lent to everyone.